consecutive one. Tyson Blood, Eston Whistler, last night's winner, Jake Walters, Kevin Williamson, and Matthew Drager all went to victory lane last night. These will be 8-lap events. There'll be a total of 6 of them. Passing points are critical because there's only 4 cars locked into the night's 24-car feature, which will be 35 laps.
Road 2, 97 TB, 4-time track, 4-time state champion Tyson Blood from Olympia, and Jeff Hunt, the 419 from Olympia. Row 3, from Hoquiam, the 93 of Elliot French, and from Oregon City, the 98 Dan Scheller. And row 4, 87K from Shelton, Brenton Schnitzer. Tyson finished 5th last night, behind 4 Oregon cars. Here we go, 8 laps. It's all about passing points. Devin Reed to the lead from the outside of row 1. Sorensen. Tyson Blood digging on the inside. Tyson looks like he's got second. Move Tyson into second, but Sorensen's right there. Jeff Hunt into 4th. Jeff pulled off on that Memorial lap, so we'll see. Doesn't look like anything's wrong with it now. Schnitzer's already up to 5th. Moving up, a couple spots. Devin Reed stretching it out. Already almost a second lead. And here comes Tyson Blood. Tyson started 3rd. We're almost 3 wide back here for 3rd. They'll get single file to go into turn 1. Sorensen middle of track, Hunt them inside. Schnitzer in the middle. That's your battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Scheller in 6th, and Elliott French in 7th. Tyson's coming. Looks like he's faster that last lap. Yes, he's about 5/10 quicker that last lap, and he's digging on the inside. I wonder if Devin Reed knows he's there. He's going to try to take that line away. We'll see if he can do it. 5/10 back on that last lap. But they evened out on the lap times. Maybe Devin Reed saw something there, felt him. Obviously they don't have mirrors or spotters. But sometimes you can just feel that car getting closer. And these guys have been in cars long enough that they know. Sometimes they just have that feeling. White flag's out for your leader, Devin Reed. Tyson Blood's digging for more. Tyson Blood side by side. Tyson Blood's gonna try. Can't make it stick. Devin Reed's over to hold him off. He's gonna try it again. They're almost side by side. Who's it gonna be to get up the heat? Give it to the 58 of Devin Reed, followed by Tyson Blood. 3rd place to the 28 Sorensen. 4th to 419 of Hunt. 5th to Schnitzer. 6th to Dan Scheller. And 7th to Elliott French.
Wow. And that is only heat number 2, folks. 4. What do we got? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3. Another 4 to go yet. So things are just getting cranking here. What a great finish. One of the best heat races we've seen. Zane Miner, who has a win here this year. Next row back, it's the 714, the Fuller Trucking out of Spanaway. Brand new car, it's Zach Fuller. Zach Fuller. Next to him, it's the 53H. Good-looking car out of Yelm, the H5 Fencing. That hose guy, the copy coupe, it is John Higginbottom. And then behind him, it's Jason Toll. Jeff Morris, the driver that won a heat race last night. Jake Walters out of Banks, Oregon. And Zach Dalrymple in the Zero car. Here we go, 8 laps the distance. Jeff Morris keeping on that white 252 car. He got a victory up at Skagit Speedway earlier this year. Former track champion up there. He's had runner-up finishes here at Grays Harbor in features, but has yet to go to victory lane. Could this weekend be the time? He's already up to 3rd, making the move over Zach Fuller out of Victoria, British Columbia in that car 52, sitting back in 3rd behind Austin Rogland in the 81 and Zane Miner and this good-looking 31Z. That big N on the hood makes it look like he's a Nebraska Cornhusker fan. Maybe he is. There you go. That's a good-looking race car, and that kid can drive. There's no doubt about it. Got a podium finish up at Skagit this year already. Here comes that 52 we were talking about. Slide job. Didn't work out for him. Austin Rogland comes back to the inside. Oh, that battle for second is the battle for this one because the leader is checked out. He's on his way to Elma. Downtown, that is. Well, Morris cleared him this time, I believe, or did he? Here comes the 81R once again. Sitting back watching all this is Jake Walters, the Banks, Oregon driver. This is his first weekend at Grays Harbor Raceway. spun out on lap 1 last night, came back in the next heat, and he won it. Meanwhile, Zane Miner, who, by the way, the 52 team built this 31Z car, and now he's got to run him down. And that's tough, real tough. Him and I talked about that earlier. White flag will be displayed for the white, and I guess I'm going to call it a red a little bit. Scotch Drywall number 31Z car, Zane Miner, Jeff Morris. Jeff has got his hands full still. I'd say second place isn't complete yet. Here comes your winner off turn number 4. It will be Zane Miner, and the battle for third is still on. Jeff Morris will come home second. Third will go to Austin Rogland.
Well, Phil, I think that's your high point guy after the first 3 heat races. Jeff Morris, 113 points, 6-3.
We've had 9 heat races, Sean, this weekend.
6-2 is 113.
We've had 9 heat races and no repeat winners yet. He's on the racetrack. We also have Jeffrey Hudson, the 83 car, finished third last night. Eston Whistler and Kevin Williamson, the runner-up driver. Oh, goodness. Well, you can tell he hasn't had any hot laps or anything today.
Well, and you probably, besides the 54N, the other 3 cars have not had many laps here. You know, yeah, they all look.
You're right.
They all look like they were experienced drivers here last night, but you know the track conditions at Grays Harbor Raceway can change in a minute.
Yes, and I interviewed one of the drivers, and they said the track is so different than what they're used to running. But this kid in that 82 car, last night's winner, Eston Whistler, the Otis, Oregon driver, that good-looking 82, man, he was rocking and rolling in traffic last night.
If you live in Elma and all you ever come to is Grays Harbor Raceway, you think all racetracks are like this? No. There's racetracks like Sunset Speedway Park and Banks. That's little, very little track. I mean, that thing is tiny. They run whole different gears there. You go down to Medford, they say it's the same size as like a Skagit Speedway, but it does not look like that.
I've never been to Banks before. I've been through the town, but not to the racetrack.
But if you go to like you go to Medford, like Southern Oregon Speedway, it says it's the same size as Skagit, but it looks way smaller than Skagit. You know, Skagit's a 3/8, but it's like a little bull ring with these tight corners. So just every racetrack has their own characteristics. And then you got Cottage Grove, Willamette, there's all Roseburg, Douglas County, which used to be a pavement track that they threw dirt on. Yeah, so these 4 cars will pull pills. I've got frisbees, and we'll put out frisbees 1 through 4, and these guys will be able to pick those 4 frisbees, and then we'll throw out 5 through 8, and then the top 4 point guys or gals, but top 4 point guys from these 4 from the heat races tonight will then pull 5 through 8, and then we'll run a dash.
Awesome. You were talking about Sunset Speedway, correct, in Banks. And
yep.
A few years ago, when I got back up there, I had an offer from a gentleman that runs it to possibly go on the mic down there. And, you know,